Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of BTTH the Flame Emperor episode number 38 based on novel. So let's start. This trial is based on a points system. I believe that each of you has received his own token. There is a number on the token, which represents your initial data. In this trial, the winner of the final score is the winner. The old man spoke slowly. The old man's voice just fell, and everyone on the square also took out the tokens they receive. Taking a closer look, each token has different levels of silver lines. A silver line represents a newcomer with first-class talent. At the same time, there is also a small number on the token, 10. It means that they have 10 points to be evaluated as a first-class talent rookie at the beginning. The token of the second-class talent rookie has 2 silver stripes, and the number of points on the token is 20. There are 3 silver lines on the token of the third-class talent newcomer, and the number of points on the token is 40. There are 4 silver stripes on the token of the fourth-class talented newcomer, and the number of points on the token is 80. There are 5 silver lines on the token of the fifth-class talent newcomer, and the number of points on the token is 160. Xiao Yan also looked at the bronze token in his hand, and found that the number on it was as high as 200. This. Yueru, Xiao Yang and Mu Feng also looked at each other. Obviously their numbers were wrong. Aren't yours wrong? Mu Feng said. Xiao Yang also made a comparison, obviously signaling them not to make a sound. The extra value must be because of their top 3, so it was also to avoid suspicion. The location of this trial is the Infernal Corpse Forest. The Infernal Corpse Forest has 3 floors. The first floor is mostly simple monsters and monsters. The second floor still has some powerful existences. But as for the third floor, you'd better don't go to the third floor, the things there are a little scary. The old man also said. Infernal Corpse Forest. It is said that this Yin Corpse Forest is the place where Xian Santian and the ghost world were left over from the war. The whole place is full of overcast winds, and there are endless ghosts and monsters, so it got this name. Mu Feng said. Oh. Xiao Yang replied softly, the place left after the battle between Ghost Realm and Xian Santian should have some precious things. There are countless powerful magical beasts hidden in the Yin Corpse Forest. It is one of the places where the 9 great monsters and monsters gathered in our Xian 3 days, ranking 8th. Inside the Corpse Forest is very mysterious. In addition to demons and ghosts, there are also countless mysteries and opportunities. This time you go, everyone must be separated, and 3 people will form a team for a month-long trial. I hope that after this selection, you have all made some progress, and you can join the many sects in Xian Santian to learn more advanced fighting skills. At the same time, this selection is also dangerous, so you must be careful. I wish you a victory and return. The old man also spoke slowly. This trial, this number of points can be obtained by defeating monsters and collecting medicinal materials in the experience. There is another way to get points. That's you fighting each other, but if you don't have enough strength, this is a very stupid act. The old man also said. When the people on the square heard the words, they were eager to try it out. If they could directly it, it would be the fastest shortcut to improve their strength and point. If your life is in danger, crush the token and you can send it back, but once the token is crushed, it means that you lose your qualifications for selection. The old man also said. The people on the square also know the seriousness of this matter, so no matter who it is, unless death comes, they will not crush the token. This is their last proof to join the Super Sec. In this selection, everyone from all the bases will participate together. So apart from you, this is a battle between tens of thousands of people, and tens of thousands of people. Only the top 100 people in the final score are eligible to join the 9 super sects. Other than that, the others only need to there are conspicuous opportunities or outstanding places, and some of the elders of the sect took a fancy to them and entered the sect. And the top 10 rewards this time, in addition to being able to freely choose to join any sect within the Xian 3 days, you can also get the Do-Di pill refined by the Pill Valley Master. The old man above the tall building also said lazily. Do-Di pill. The people on the square were also crazy about it. This Do-Di pill is incredible. Legend has it that a certain great master has gone through countless hardships and failed countless times to study his prescription. Do-Di pill. The most significant effect is that it can improve the strength of the user. Although each person can only take 1 pill in their lifetime, if they take 1 pill again after taking one, the body will develop resistance, and there will be no significant results. But even so, it can't limit the power of this Emperor Do pill, and the improvement is a whole level. In addition to today's rookie Wang Xiaoyan, who instantly defeated the 4-star Do Emperor early stage with the strength of the 3-star Do Emperor's peak, they all knew that if this newcomer Wang was too perverted, if he was the same as them, it would seem like the difference in grades is actually outrageous. The first level is only poor. If it is not for someone with extraordinary talent, this seemingly small first level will at least take decades to break through. From this, it can be seen how difficult it is to improve the strength of Do D. Is it actually a Do D pill? This is a second-grade pill of the Emperor's rank, so I can't make it right now. Not to mention that I don't have the prescription for this Do D pill. Xiao Yang also laughed at himself. However, Xiao Yang was not discouraged. After all, the improvement of the alchemist is inextricably linked with the soul power, and his soul power has been improved several times before, reaching the saturation level, and it will not be improved again in a short period of time. UU reading www.ukangshu.com. With the discussion that exploded in an instant on the square, the attraction of this Do D pill was naturally enough to cause a sensation. And the first place in this trial, no matter which sect joins, can go to soak in the royal pond of the Xianling royal family. The old man also looked at the newcomers with a smile. It is said that the reason why the Xianling royal family can hold the sky with only one hand in this Shensan day is because of the imperial pool, which is strange to say, but after all, it is under the protection of the Xianling royal family, so I know it is also too rare. But one thing is certain, this Emperor Pond has some wonderful effects, and it is said that it seems to be able to improve the cultivation speed of cultivators. It's not known whether it's true or not. Mu Feng also said, "Is it the Imperial Pond? I really miss it. The first meeting with Yang Yu was in this Imperial Pool. I don't know where he will fall asleep this time." Xiao Yang's own master Jinlong King's voice also slowly appeared in Xiao Yang's body. Xiao Yang was also shocked by this. His master Jinlong King had rarely communicated with him since he came to the outskirts of Zhuangtianshan. After all, in this place where the crouching tiger and hidden dragon are found, then, Xiao Yang still understands the truth that every man is innocent and guilty. Yang Yu. Xiao Yang's eyes also became hot. There is no doubt that this must be the name of that holy flame. This first must be obtained. It doesn't matter who is blocking the way. Xiao Yang also secretly made up his mind. Okay, if that's the case, then go back. 3 days later, we will gather in the square. The points trial will also officially start. The old man disappeared after he finished speaking. Everyone on the square also listened to the old man's remaining words with fiery hearts, and then each went to their own residence. 3 days, after 3 days is the time for the qualifying competition to start. Let's go, there's nothing left to remember here. He Wanxia also said something, and then regardless of others, she got up and disappeared from the square. In that case, let's go too. Song Cheng also said, and several people next to him nodded one after another. The people around him who retreated one after another were forming teams one after another, and Mu Feng was also quite enthusiastic. Xiao Yang, what the elder said about a team of 3, why not just use a team of 3 of us? The top 3 form a team, that's quite shocking. Mu Feng said and laughed. Yueru heard that she was about to say something just now, and then she felt relieved when she saw Xiao Yang's appearance. Okay. Xiao Yang also said with a smile, this Mu Feng can be ranked in the top 3, naturally he has his outstanding points, and the infernal corpse forest they went to this time, there will definitely be no shortage of monsters. This Mu Feng, the technique of yin and yang gossip mastered, is extremely powerful. Okay, then it's settled. But let me tell you, in terms of strength, I'm only in the early stage of the 4-star Do D, but when it comes to dealing with ghosts, no one would dare to rank second if I rank first. Mu Feng also laughed loudly. Has a lot of confidence down there. The Do D continent is very large, and the Do D continent is divided into 4 continents, so there are many strange cultivation methods on the continent, but without exception, Do Qi is the only keynote of Do D continent. As for me, the things of cultivation are also left to the side, but it can't be said that there are some things that have miraculous effects. It seemed that Xiao Yang's brows were wrinkled, as if he was thinking, so he hurriedly said, "Ha ha ha." Xiao Yang also laughed at this. He was just thinking about the infernal corpse forest, and he didn't intend to target Mu Feng. Obviously, Mu Feng had misunderstood. Let's go back first, 3 days will soon pass. Xiao Yang also said. Hearing this, the 3 of them walked towards their residence while talking and laughing. In the Red Mountain, a conspiracy is slowly fermenting. In a quiet room, Hongye is sitting there, drinking tea. Report, Sect Master. A voice came from outside the room. Come in. Hongyi also said lightly. The wooden door of the house was gently pushed open, and a figure covered in a black cloak also appeared. Report to the sect master, they held the announcement of the test trials as scheduled, and it will start in 3 days. The figure in the black cloak bowed respectfully. Oh, they didn't cancel this trial. What are these people thinking? I see, let's step back. Hongye also said. Hundreds of people went missing in this trial, which is enough to cause a sensation. It stands to reason that this trial should be cancelled and cannot continue. How could Wu Jiang come out like this? Could it be? After saying that, Hongye's lazy eyes also became clear, and then he left the wooden house, not knowing where to go. In a dark passage, 2 figures are moving slowly. Where is this? Hudu also said softly. This should be the place where the newcomers disappeared, but why do I feel a little weird? Wu Jiang also said slowly. Be careful. Hudu Qing drank, then grabbed his palm viciously towards Wu Jiang's back. A black figure turned into a gas under Hudu's claws and evaporated instantly. Huh! Wu Jiang also felt that something was wrong when Hudu was drinking loudly, and then out of trust in Hudu, he didn't do anything. Why are the ghosts here different from the previous ones? The 2 of them gave a false alarm, and then Wu Jiang also said. Since Wu Jiang found this passage through the secret technique, when the 2 of them came to this passage, they felt the ghostly aura that was everywhere. With the experience of Wu Jiang and Hudu, they had naturally dealt with ghosts, so they were familiar with ghosts. Some features. The breath is gloomy and eerie, and it exudes a ghostly aura. However, although most of the ghosts in this passage are of mediocre strength, because of the strength of the 2 of them, if you don't notice them carefully, you won't be able to find them. What are these ghosts doing? Wu Jiang also muttered to himself. Go. The 2 of them also walked slowly, extremely cautiously toward the center of the passage. This passage extends in all directions, and if you are not careful, you will get lost in it, but fortunately, with Wu Jiang's guidance, the 2 also encountered some powerful ghosts along the way, but under the strength of Wu Jiang and Hudu, it is also easy. Solve. With the deepening of the 2, they also smoothly came to the center of the passage. Taking a closer look, there are 2 strange auras next to the cold pool. They are the ghost of the secluded spring and the ghost of the ghost. One of the ghost spirits was constantly absorbing the black energy in the cold pond, and their strength was also much stronger than what Xiao Yan and the others encountered. Damn, it's actually a ghost. Hudu also scolded softly. He knew very well that ghosts are quite difficult to deal with. Hush hush hush. Wu Jiang is also comparing his fingers. After all, Wu Jiang is a 6-star Do D level powerhouse, so naturally he will not be afraid of these 2 ghosts, but Wu Jiang felt a strong breath from the cold pool. Hey, Yuquan, I said earlier that adults will not treat you badly. These improvements in strength are a little reward from your lord for sacrificing 96 human beings. Chi Mai also smiled. Humph. Yuquan also snorted coldly. No matter what the ghostly spirit said, what he was thinking about now was whether the 4 who escaped would be a bad thing. Moreover, it takes 100 humans to break the seal. With the sacrifice of 96 humans, it should still be difficult for the lord in the pool to break the seal. Damn beast. Wu Jiang and Hudu looked at each other. From the moment they entered the stone room, they noticed something was wrong. There was some faint human aura in the stone room, but the stronger aura was in the cold pool. In the cold pond, the blood red is as scarlet as human blood, and traces of black gas continuously poured out of the cold pond, and then all entered the belly of the ghost in the secluded spring. The 2 of them could feel the breath of the ghost in the secluded spring. Is slowly soaring. Damn these beasts, that's so many lives. Hudu also said in pain. I didn't expect things to develop to such a serious level. This matter needs to be discussed in the long run. Let's go. Wu Jiang also pulled up Hudu and ran. Since you're here, let's stay. A 6-star fighting emperor and a 5-star fighting emperor. A strange voice in the cold pool also sounded in the stone room. What are you doing? Hongye also appeared in the cold pool, and she saw Hudu and Wu Jiang who were unconscious. She is very aware of Wu Jiang's strength. If she is fighting alone, she is definitely not his opponent. After all, it is said that Wu Jiang is an outstanding disciple in the Funxiang Pavilion. I was also shocked. They already know about it, so as long as the trials start, everything will be in vain. You know how to do it, right? Yuquan also said. Yuquan also did not expect that this 6-star Do Emperor powerhouse would be so weak. The adult in the pool simply shot a few times, just grabbed him and looked at it. It is not so difficult to deal with this human being. Yeah. Although Hongye is a woman, she is not a soft-hearted person, so she agreed, and she has a plan in her heart. Although she is a little afraid of these ghost world creatures, she has no choice but to cooperate with herself. Besides, Hongya doesn't matter so much, what kind of life or innocent life, as long as he can save his lover, then what is all this? Hongya had a plan in her heart, and then quickly left Hankai and headed for the place where Wu Jiang lived. Wu Jiang and Hu Du, who were in a coma, suddenly raised their brows, as if they were sending messages to each other, and then passed out again. 3 days passed quickly. On this day, as usual, thousands of people gathered in the square early, and they were all eager to try. In a room closest to the square. What? Can't find Wu Jiang? The old man who announced the trials and tests on the high-rise building angrily said. The old man's name is Mu Jing, and like Wu Jiang, he is also a 6-star fighting emperor. Wu Jiang is the general manager, and he is more of a supervisor. Elder Mu, I really searched all over and couldn't find the person in charge of Wu Jiang. Shun Yu couldn't tell. How could such a good person suddenly not be able to find Wu Jiang? This Wu Jiang is solely responsible for their stronghold. If Wu Jiang can't be found now, then this point's trial can't be opened rashly. After all, so many people have disappeared before, and now even this Wu Jiang is missing, so the problem is too big. In that case, it seems that this trial can only be postponed. The old man also said. Dong dong dong. There was a knock on the door, and Shun Yu also opened the door slowly and depressed. President Wu. Shun Yu also said in surprise. What's wrong? Isn't today the start of the trials? Wu Jiang also asked. Where have you been? Kiwi also asked. I went out to investigate the disappearance, but there was still no result. Wu Jiang also said. Forget it, this matter can't be rushed, let's take these newcomers to the selection place first. After Mu Jing finished speaking, he walked out, and Wu Jiang followed closely. There was a lively scene on the square, all 3 people got together in a team. The appearance of Mu Jing and Wu Jiang made the already hot square lively. Xiao Yan also shrank his pupils tightly. For some reason, Wu Jiang's aura seemed a little weird. Okay, everyone be quiet. Now I will lead you to the place where the trials are held, the infernal corpse forest. After the old man Qi said, he waved his hands, and a huge passage appeared on the square. Space teleportation array. Anyone with a discerning eye can recognize this huge handwriting at a glance. This is a long-distance teleportation array, and its price is extremely expensive. Except for the super sects such as Xian Santian, there are no 7 major cities around. The 5th-level talent rookies will go first, the 4th-level talent will follow, and the cycle will be repeated. Kiwi also said. Let's go. When Xiao Yang heard this, he also said to the people in his team. Go. Yueru and Mu Feng also said softly. Since this is the case, we can't fall. He Wanxia and the other 6 also appeared, and then went to the space teleportation array. As soon as the 9 5th-grade talented newcomers entered the teleportation formation, Mu Jing's fighting spirit appeared, and then a white light burst under the feet of the 9 people. In just a short moment, the scene in front of me changes rapidly. Is this the 5th-class talented newcomer from Hongshan? It also looks pretty good. A middle-aged man also smiled, and then walked towards the 9 people. Who is your excellency? The few people around looked at each other. Xiao Yang was also the first to speak. Don't worry, I am the one in charge of your infernal corpse trials this time. My name is Chen Yu. The middle-aged man also laughed. I've seen senior brother. Several people also hurriedly said, after all, at this age, one can only be called senior brother. Let's go, I'll take you to the entrance of the infernal corpse forest, just in front. Chen Yu also said. Then there is senior brother Laro. Several people also said. After walking for a while, Chen Yu opened his mouth and said, in front of you is the infernal corpse forest. Everyone, let's go in. The yin-yang demon ceiling formation is set up around the forest, so you can't enter by force. You must enter from the entrance of the infernal corpse forest. After speaking, he slowly descended, and came to the entrance of the yin corpse forest gently, and then lightly tapped his palm, and suddenly the door of light with a white light lit up in front of the 9 people. Xiao Yang and Mu Feng also fell by Chen Yu's side, quietly looking at the corpse forest Linko. Just came over from the teleportation formation, and in just a few breaths, I came to the reception of the infernal corpse forest from above the Red Mountain Square. And the 2 of them found that even if they haven't entered the infernal corpse forest yet, the gloomy wind and strange aura are extraordinarily dignified. Zhu Zhuqing, who was beside him, also frowned slightly. It was obviously the first time he had come to such a place, and he couldn't help but feel a little scared. He Wanxia has a fiery face, which is obviously in line with her warlike character. As for the other 4 people, to varying degrees, there is no fear at all. Hey, you don't have to worry, this infernal corpse forest is scary, but the token in your hands can save you in times of crisis, you just need to crush it in times of crisis. Chen Yu also spoke slowly. Now after you go in, there are 2 paths in the first floor of the infernal corpse forest, one on the left and one on the right. You 3 teams can choose as you like, and when you get out not far, there will be problems again, and then you will choose your own. 1. Go on. As for what you will encounter or do to increase your own points, it depends on your respective luck and strength. And this time, all the bases of the infernal core were selected together, and there are as many as tens of thousands. But one thing I can tell you is that there are 3 floors in total, and each floor has some powerful beings, and there are different monsters and ghosts in each floor. In a month's time, the points in your hand will determine your final ranking, and the most important point, you have to remember that if you encounter the most powerful existence here, Silver Moon Sirius, then don't hesitate to crush the token directly, otherwise you may not even have a chance to live. Chen Yu said solemnly. But you don't have to worry too much. This Silver Moon Heavenly Wolf lives in the depths of the 3rd floor. As long as you don't go to the 3rd floor, you will hardly encounter it. Chen Yu also said slowly. The point-grabbing competition, let's start. Xiao Yang also murmured, and the 3 of them walked straight into the entrance of the White Corpse Forest. Xiao Yang's small team of 3 had just entered the entrance of the Infernal Corpse Forest. The dark passage seemed to be connected to the interior of the Infernal Corpse Forest. The eerie aura coming from the passage filled the air, but with Xiao Yang the strength of the 3, this breath is also harmless. Then Xiao Yang carefully looked at the passage of the Infernal Corpse Forest. This passage was very strange. The stones protruding from all around were like the mouths of a hungry wolf. The towering boulders on both sides of the passage are like those ferocious fangs, which seem to be eating people, which is very terrifying. At the same time, Xiao Yang also noticed that at the forest entrance they had just entered, a strange formation was set up by a certain almighty. It was very mysterious and implied both yin and yang. It will be melted. It seems that this formation is extremely dangerous, and ordinary people can't get in, only through this entrance. However, Xiao Yang was also secretly amazed. This almighty who arranged the strange formation should also be a fighting formation master. Just relying on this slight sense, Xiao Yang knows that this great master can at least condense tens of thousands of core inscriptions. They couldn't help but be amazed, and then the 3 of them also proceeded along the passage, and soon reached a fork. Xiao Yang took a closer look. This side can be regarded as the inside of the Infernal Corpse Forest. There are 4 forks in front of him. Among them, the second one on the left has an obvious footprint on the ground. Obviously, someone else entered before Xiao Yang and the others. Yueru also found the footprints and pondered. This Infernal Corpse Forest is not only the people from their stronghold in Hongshan, but all the people from the stronghold are gathered here, so it is not surprising that some people come first. This footprint should have been deliberately left by someone, so as to tell the people who follow that it is the one he took. Xiao Yang paused quietly and chose the one on the far right. He wanted to stay away from the person who left the footprints. 1 point, after all, it is not Xiao Yang's style to be dead at the beginning. Mu Feng and Yueru also followed Xiao Yang's pace. The 3 walked forward for a while, and their vision gradually broadened. Impressively, the original face of the Yin Corpse Forest was revealed. The gloomy wind was blowing, and there was no sunlight all day long, and there was only a grey brightness. Everyone stood up unconsciously, but also moved forward slowly. Just after leaving the passage of the Infernal Corpse Forest and entering the first floor of the Infernal Corpse Forest, the 3 of them appeared in a forest. The forest was not big, and there was a small path in the middle. Then the 3 of them saw that the flowers and plants on both sides of the path in the forest were lush and beautiful. I can't see it at all. This is what was left after the battle between Shen Santian and the Ghost World. Xiao Yang said to himself, perhaps this Infernal Corpse Forest is also a treasured place with beautiful mountains, spirits, and rivers. Otherwise, why would there be monsters and monsters gathering together? Yueru also relaxed when she saw these beautiful flowers. After all, there is no girl who doesn't love beauty or flowers. Mu Feng also looked at the beautiful flowers around and said, I sense that there is a strong aura around here, and I don't know where it is sacred, so we should be careful. Our current position should be on the periphery of the first floor of the infernal core. It stands to reason that we will not encounter particularly powerful existences. Yeah. Xiao Yang and Yueru replied softly when they heard the words. The 3 slowly had it, and within a quarter of an hour, the forest was actually brought to an end by them. A cave appeared in front of the three of them. Looking at the cave in front of him, Xiao Yang's first impression was that there was a ghost in the sky and it was very evil. The hole is very deep, but in Xiao Yang's mind, the scene in the hole has clearly appeared. It's a pity that it was only the first section, and when it came to the latter section, the ghost energy was too heavy, blocking Xiao Yang's perception, and seemed to be interfering with Xiao Yang's perception of soul power. Since the soul power has been upgraded to the Emperor realm, Xiao Yang has also discovered that in addition to performing soul attacks, this soul power can also use it to probe some mysterious places. Do you want to go in? Yueru also said with a bit of her lips. She also felt some breath from the hole, so she said solemnly. After all, Yueru was not the same as Xiao Yang. She experienced life-and-death battles outside all year round, and she couldn't help but feel a little timid in the face of such unknown things. Don't worry. Xiao Yang also gently patted Yueru's back. Yeah. Only then did Yueru feel relieved, and she didn't know when. As long as Xiao Yang was by her side, nothing seemed impossible. Mu Feng is also quite helpless about this. The relationship between the two is really. Then Mu Feng also didn't want to make a light bulb outside the cave, so he got up and walked slowly into the cave. He was surprised to find that there were some strange things in the cave. Seeing this, Xiao Yang and Yueru followed suit. After all, they were a team. As soon as they entered the cave, the dim light became even weaker, but fortunately, Xiao Yang summoned a different fire to illuminate, and several people were also slowly advancing. Xiao Yang carefully checked the surroundings of the cave. Mu Feng played the forward, Yueru was in the middle, and Xiao Yang himself was in charge of the break. The three slowly walked into the cave. At this time, Xiao Yang's huge soul power was carefully probing the depths of the cave. That was very strong ghost energy. Xiao Yang released a huge amount of soul power to explore the depths of the cave, and found that there seemed to be nothing else in the cave, except that there seemed to be creatures in the depths, but it felt too vague. Wait a minute. Mu Feng in front also said. Huh? What's wrong? Xiao Yang also said, there was a strange fire lighting, but he didn't see anything abnormal. Look at what that is. Mu Feng also pointed lightly with his finger. The two looked in the direction Mu Feng pointed, and found a wisp of flames hanging in the air. The flames are blue, burning slowly in mid-air. Huh? The first thing Xiao Yang saw when he saw the flame was that the flame had no trace of temperature at all, as if it was just a decoration. Just when Xiao Yang was depressed, the flame suddenly increased its speed and rushed towards them. Not good, be careful. Xiao Yang was also quick-witted, pulling Yu with one hand, and then his fighting chi formed a light shield protective film in front of his body. On the other side, in the stone room, at the cold pool. Let's go first. This time we will wipe out these human beings. It's a shame. There was also a voice in the cold pool. What about these two? Yuquan also said. I will also swallow these two. After swallowing, my strength should be able to recover a lot. However, if you want to recover all your strength, you still need the other half in the Yin Corpse forest. After all, we are twins. The gloomy aura in the cold pool also appeared. All the subordinates here have left, so let's go to the infernal corpse forest to plan first, and wait until the adults devour these two and come here. When the time comes, we will wipe out these people. Chi Mai also laughed. Well, there was also a voice in the cold pool. Let's go. After saying that, Yuquan and Chi Mai also turned into a puff of black smoke and left. The entire stone room also returned to calm. The bubbles in the cold pond continued to rise, but a gloomy voice in the cold pond also echoed in the stone chamber. The human powerhouses of the 5-star duty and the 6-star duty are really delicious. After speaking, he is calming down. As long as the blood red in the pool subsides, it will be the time to devour the two of them. At this time, in front of Han Kai, Hu Du and Wu Jiang also had a strange smile on their mouths and then disappeared in a flash. It's a bit busy these days, and the update is estimated to be in the afternoon and evening every day. The ghost fire in mid-air seemed to know how to bully the soft and fear the hard, and then attacked Yueru. However, just when the ghost fire was about to attack Yueru suddenly became strangely sluggish, and then Xiao Yang pulled Yueru to the back with one hand, and then slapped the ghost fire heavily with the other hand. Bang bang bang! The ghost fire was instantly disintegrated under Xiao Yang's attack. Are you okay? Xiao Yang also asked with a frown. It's alright, it's just that this ghost fire seems very strange, it specifically attacks my soul, Yueru also said thoughtfully. Xiao Yang also nodded, because when Xiao Yang attacked the ghost fire just now, he also discovered that the ghost fire contains an unknown power, But one thing is certain, this unknown power is designed to attack and destroy people. Soul. Be careful. Xiao Yang also said solemnly. Mu Feng, you are well informed, what do you think this thing is? Xiao Yang also turned his head and asked. This ghost fire should only appear in the graveyard, because the rotting corpse will emit some strange things, and when the gas is not circulating, this kind of ghost fire will be created. However, most of the ghost fires are just some unowned and unconscious things, and they don't attack people, which is a bit strange. Mu Feng also said solemnly. It may be that something in this cave is controlling this ghost fire. Mu Feng also said, since Mu Feng has been dealing with monsters and ghosts all year round, it is naturally not difficult to guess. Hearing that, the three of them were also extra careful, and then headed towards the depths of the cave. Xiao Yang's huge soul power shrouded the cave to prevent danger from happening. Xiao Yang's face showed a hint of surprise, because his scattered soul power detected different information. There seemed to be a powerful creature hidden in the depths of the cave. Unfortunately, the creature's body was composed of ghost energy, which blocked Xiao Yang. Therefore, Xiao Yang only understood this. In the past, with his excellent soul power, he was able to perceive many things that were difficult for ordinary people to perceive, but now this is something that Xiao Yang has never encountered before. The three slowly advanced, and soon came to the central part of the cave, where ghost energy is very strong. Obviously there are powerful ghosts hiding here to cultivate. The arrival of Xiao Yang and the three of them immediately caused chaos in the cave. I saw countless black gases changing into various shapes in the middle of the cave, very strange. At the same time, countless black chi rushed towards Xiao Yang and the three of them, as if they wanted to devour them. Xiao Yang looked at the black gas around him with a hint of surprise in his eyes. At this moment, a strong and domineering aura suddenly erupted from his whole body, and then his whole body was wrapped in flames, like a of fire descending to the earth, and instantly forced those black gases to keep dodging and condensing together. A silent yin wind and ghost chi resounded from the cave in an instant, looking very terrifying. There was a hint of doubt at the corner of Xiao Yang's mouth, and the flames on his body instantly burst into brilliance, illuminating the surroundings of the cave. The black gas in midair suddenly had nowhere to hide, all of which were revealed. At this moment, a black figure suddenly rushed behind Xiao Yang. The terrifying black figure seemed to want to tear him apart and swallow him. At the same moment, 9 different black shadows flashed from 9 directions, with different auras, all of them fiercely rushed towards Xiao Yang. Be careful, Xiao Yang said, and then the huge flames attacked in 9 directions at the same time. The violent energy in the different fire is the most masculine and strong, and it also has a great suppression against this ghost. The 9 shadows were also defeated by Xiao Yang's attack, and then they converged into one and fled to the depths of the cave. Don't chase, Xiao Yang also said. All of this happened in the blink of an eye, and Mu Feng also had a new understanding of Xiao Yang. In the cold pond, the blood-red water gradually became clear. It's about time. A gloomy voice came from the pool, and 2 black beams of light shot out from the cold pool. The black beam of light directly wrapped Hu Du and Wu Jiang towards the cold pool. As soon as the black beam of light touched the 2 of them, it disappeared strangely. Haha, I wonder who is so bold, it turns out to be the twin ghost Emperor. A provocative voice also slowly echoed in the stone room. Who is it? There was also an exclamation from inside the cold pool. Who else could it be? Isn't it the 2 of us you want to devour? After speaking, it was revealed that it was Hu Du and Wu Jiang. Since you know my name, then let's get hold of it soon. There was also a cold snort from Han Kai. Hihi, if it were normal, it would be no match for you, but now you have just broken through the seal, and you are only one body, so you can still be afraid of you. Wu Jiang also snorted coldly. Why are you talking so much nonsense? Just kill him to avenge the newcomer who died like this. Hu Du also said angrily. Damn it. How can you not be affected by ecstasy? There was also a doubt in the cold pool. It's not the first day I've dealt with your ghosts. If we don't realize this, then we. After Wu Jiang finished speaking, his strength was stimulated to the extreme. What's the matter, want to run? Isn't it possible to restore power after absorbing so much blood? Wu Jiang also said, and then formed a front and back attack with Hu Du, and walked towards Han Kai. Ha ha ha. A 5-star fighting emperor and a 6-star fighting emperor just want to kill this emperor. It's just a fool's dream. There was also a roar from the cold pool. Hu Du and Wu Jiang's terrifying strength inspired Lingli Jiji, and then walked towards Han Kai step by step. They are very clear that the true strength of this twin ghost emperor is comparable to that of the human 7-star fighting emperor. At the beginning, The seal was also abolished. Now it has just broken the seal, and half of it is sealed in Infernal Corpse Forest, so the two of them are quite confident in dealing with this twin ghost emperor. Burning Heaven Palm. Burning Silent Fingers. Hu Du and Wu Jiang also knew that this twin ghost emperor was weak at this time, so every shot was a full blow. A palm print and a fingerprint containing terrifying power went towards Han Kai. The two terrifying energies also brought a monstrous atmosphere in the stone room. Damn it. Ghost explosion. The twin ghost emperor in the cold pool also shouted loudly. At this time, he also knew that he had just broken through the ***** seal, and his body was too weak. At this time, if he was dealing with the strength of a 5-star Do Emperor and a 6-star Do Emperor, the owner, then his fate is also extremely bleak. So the twin ghost emperor didn't hesitate, instantly detonated the ghost chi in his body, and then corresponded with the ghost chi in Han Kai and this passage, and the terrifying explosion sounded in this passage. Damn it. Let's go. Wu Jiang also snorted coldly, and then fled here with Hu Du. Burning Heaven Palm. Burning Quiet Fingers. The two terrifying fighting skills brought the monstrous weather and the ghost emperor's self-destruction viciously collided together. Even if Hu Du and Wu Jiang tried to kill the ghost emperor again, it would be fruitless. After all, the ancestors didn't kill it and could only seal it, so they had no choice but to do it and escaped from here. Boom boom boom. The terrifying energy overflowed in this passage, and the cold pool was beyond recognition, and the stone chamber no longer existed. After the terrifying explosion, all that was left was a mess. Damn it. Next time, I'll let you all come back and forth. The twin ghost emperors also said weakly. At this time, you can already see the true face of the twin ghost emperors. It has the same face as a human, but strangely, the whole body seems to be perfectly divided from the middle, and only the left side of the body has a face, a hand, and a foot, while the right side of the whole body is like nothing like blank paper. This video will end here.